considering we have talked about so much, and this is just all jam-packed with gold left and right, there are still other matches on here that are literally about bad blood. And there's been no more of a conflict that has been on display than the non-sanctioned match that we will see at WrestleMania between Seth Rollins and Triple H. Now, right before the show, we were watching a video on WWE.com of Seth Rollins battling a cold. Oh, sick. He's got the sniffies. Seth Rollins is...
Not to mention her knee.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he has been completely decimated by Triple H attacking his knee, his surgically repaired knee. No mention of that on WWE.com today. A lot of mention of Seth Rollins, taking some Dayquil and having a rough night's sleep. But given all of that, knowing now that Seth Rollins is got conjunctivitis or whatever he has, does this give even more of an advantage to Triple H, the cerebral assassin who's literally now got more working in his favor than going in last year against Roman Reigns?
Not even that. I mean, you got to look at the other X factor here with it being a non-sanctioned match. I mean, literally, if you look at every single factor, every single aspect of this match, it belongs to Triple H. Everything you just said with the injury, but not only that, with this being a no disqualification match, you have the possible interference of Samoa Joe, who is conspicuous by his absence on this match card. You have the fact that Triple H has been in non-sanctioned matches before against the likes of Shawn Michaels, the list goes on, and he's come out victorious on different occasions. So Triple H on paper really has the advantage here over Seth Rollins, his former protege.
I can't, obviously Seth is fighting Triple H because he's got a score to settle with him. He's told him that, success, he's not whining about success this past Monday. He's not, concerned with, where he's valued or how the history books look at him. Seth Rollins wants to live with himself at the end of the day and be the competitor that he feels like he is inside his heart. And that's all very admirable, except to someone like Triple H, a generation DXer. And, as many times as Triple H has, in his career, seemingly on the outside, bucked authority, he's actually been in cahoots with authority and the authorities that be longer in his career than he was ever against them. So to suggest that Triple H relates to where Seth Rollins is coming from, we're fighting for passion, fighting for heart, I don't think Triple H in his entire career has ever fought because of passion and heart. He loves the business. You hear that word? Business.
What's best for business?
What's best for business? Putting money in your pocket. What gets you money? Being champion, being the boss, being the CEO, the head of whatever, sitting in on conference calls, wanting to do that. And, in this Sports Illustrated article that just came out, Triple H talks about, when he was invited by Vince to sit in on meetings and things that were going on backstage. And it's not like he was getting paid anymore. He just wanted to know more about the business. Why? Because it's basically an internship, Triple H. You took an internship with WWE management and you became a corporate entity within the WWE, and guess what? Because you're salaried, they still make you wrestle, and they're not going to pay you anymore. So that's just like any salary job you're going to get out there. Seth Rollins is in the business of being a professional wrestler, and he has somebody, his boss, targeting him to go away, to be extinct and retired from the WWE, because when you attack somebody so viciously in an injured spot, you are not an honorable competitor at all. And I don't see how this reflects positively from a business standpoint on Triple H and his relation with the talent, because apparently it is now a well-documented fact that Triple H is a biased ruler in the WWE, employing all number of goons, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, self-appointing Seth Rollins as champion, all the way going back to self-appointing Randy Orton as champion how many times, and doing what he felt was, in quotes, best for business. So is Triple H really prepared for this match, or has he had to rely on hurting Seth Rollins for the past couple of weeks to make sure that he has an edge?
Well, definitely the latter, but we also got to look at the fact that it's been a year. Exactly 1 year since Triple H has last stepped in the ring on WWE TV when he faced Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania and lost. Rollins, I know he's been hurt for 2 months now, but since then he has been determined. He has been focused, fighting the likes of Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor. Rollins, despite being hurt, is at the top of his game right now, and he is more focused on not only revenge, but redemption come WrestleMania. For hurting him a couple months ago, for betraying him late last year, for not believing him in him when Rollins got hurt about 2 years ago. There's a lot of momentum on Rollins' side, and he has so much to prove in this match.
And I like that while Rollins is aware of all of those things, his charge to Triple H this past Monday was not one of, you have wronged me and now I want my revenge. It was, I've wronged myself by ever believing that this was the path that I should take.
Absolutely.
And it seemed like a heavy amount of regret. And I don't think that is to say that Seth Rollins regrets the actions he took to break out on his own and become his own superstar and his own champion outside of the Shield. I don't think I'm trying to say anything about the Shield reuniting or any of that garbage. But what I am saying is that Seth Rollins chose to become a breakout superstar by listening to the Triple H's advice, stabbing his friends in the back, and using that platform to step out on his own. And from that moment forward, he has been beholden to somebody else's version of what Seth Rollins' dreams should be and what he should accomplish in order to be successful. And I think that has diluted his idea of success to the point now where killing the king internally in Seth Rollins' mind is the redemption to him being his own superstar and will in some way, and for him only, make up for the hurt that he's caused other people because of his actions. And I don't think he can take all that back. I don't think the Shield would totally forgive him. I don't think there is a Shield, whether we see one down the line or not. I think it'll be a wink and a nod at best, because you can't take back a knife out of your back. There's always going to be a wound. So, given all of that, Seth Rollins is certainly fighting for that first step towards redemption. Triple H, just like Shane McMahon, just like anybody tied to that McMahon Management Corporation, has just inserted him once again in the biggest show of the year. But good thing, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania is free if you do not have the WWE Network, so go ahead and knock yourself out, and be sure to tell your kids later in life how you didn't have to beg your parents to pay for a near $100 pay-per-view because there's this internet thing now, and it wasn't that way when I grew up, and I'm bitter.